everybody is talking of AI, ML, data science, and all the other buffet of technology that's there today, which seemingly replaces human resources. And that's what we are doing, by the way. The kind of tech that we are developing today at Blocks, if it is successful, very soon you will hear a lot of news in the public domain. If it is successful, this will become like the Book My Show or Amazon of real estate. Today, the technology that's available for real estate has solved the search problem. Just the search problem. What we are doing is 3x more than that. So, coming to how are we working on developing the ecosystem, making everyone ready, including our employees, to serve our customers. One of the adages that I think all of us will agree to, how well you solve a problem depends on how well you understand the problem. So what is the problem that we are talking about? The problem we are talking about, or it's not really a problem, challenge that we are talking about is what will work look like in the future or in the present for that matter, and how do we change ourselves or adapt ourselves to be relevant for that kind of work atmosphere. So very recently there was this lot of noise created by Elon Musk and the Twitter thing. Let's remove all the noise and the emotions of it. What really happened is a man questioned why are 20,000 people needed for doing work which can be done by, according to him, 200 people. The numbers may vary, but that was the main problem. And then he went ahead and proved it that 20,000 people were not really required. 200 people were doing the job of 20,000 people. So they were stretching to fill a space which was not required. Now that is the problem that each of us, all of you, need to worry about. So, jobs will not be created because we need jobs. Alright? Jobs will be created to solve a business problem, to serve something for the end customer. And all of you have to be prepared for that. So what do you need to do? You don't need to listen to what others tell you in terms of come we'll give you a course of AI, or come we'll give you a course of ML or data science or whatever it is, or the latest course on financial management. What you really need to do is be aware of what is being created right now as a product, as a service, as a solution, and therefore what do the workforce need to do. So be it a space in the technology or financials or HR, everybody does not need to know coding. Everybody cannot do coding. You also need to be an empathetic person who can be a good HR person. You can be a person who knows numbers and does financial analytics. So pick a space, stick to it and be good at it, but not at a ground level. So I'll just make 3 gestures which I say are the type of skills. No bullet points. One type of skill is this. Okay? One type of skill is this. And the last type of skill, very important, is this. What are these? These are your job skills. Like your, at a very base level, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, any software, any tool, any technology. Then the next is this. These are your cerebral skills.
So that's strategy.
Yes. Negotiation skills, conflict handling, managing people, all of this. And then you have these EQ skills. Thought process, understanding, empathy, communication, interpersonal skills. So as more and more jobs will become tech specific, we will have to evolve into getting better at this and this. Because this is the space that technology or bots cannot take. So that is what we do in our workplace. When we hire people, we do not hire them for what they know today. That's 20% of why we hire. The rest 80% is what is their learnability, what is their hunger, how soon can they adapt, what is their ability to work with each other and diverse professionals, and how soon are they willing to get into the thick of things and start working to become 3x 4x versions of what they are today. So we hire for this and train people for that. So that's how we are getting ourselves prepared and continue to do it. How do we ensure that the employees are aligned to the values and mission of the organization? So it's a very simple theme that all leaders, all managers, all employees have to follow as a life cycle. 3 E's: energize, enable, elevate. So at business level, at engagement level, at a learning level, at a process level, are we keeping to the 3 things? So the first thing, energize, basically is to ensure that we put everything in place so that people are aligned to the common goal. How do you energize somebody? How do you energize anybody? Ensure that the communication is right, people's questions are answered, basic things are put in place so that nobody needs to run helter-skelter. So when we are talking of employees, when we are talking of customers, we are talking of clients, we are talking of investors, the same level of energizing is important. Keep everything in place, ensure this communication, simplification of things, two-way feedback, etc. The next is enable. Let's make everybody independent, self-reliant, self-motivated, self-driven. So give them what they want to do their work. We don't carry them forward on our shoulders and say, let me tell you, do this way, let me do it for you. No hand holding from a micromanaging perspective. Tell us what you need and we'll give it to you. We training, learning, technology, tools, budgets. Tell us, do it right. If you fail, we will tell you once again how to do it. The support has to be there, seamless, constant, motivating. So that's how we enable. And the last but not the least is elevate. At the end of the day, nothing can remain static. We are talking about change, right? So change, not in a negative way. We don't want to go back to 1920s. We have to elevate. HR itself has elevated. At one point it was industrial relations, then it was HR. Today, by the way, it's no longer HR. It's called people and culture. So elevation as a process of kaizening, continuous improvement, has to be part of the DNA of the organization. So we are always asking this question, have you elevated anything? Process, systems, products, changes for the organization, communication style, something for the user, something for the client, something for the customer. So that's how we do it. Kept it very simple. Anybody can understand, anybody can apply, very easy to measure, very easy to review also. And yeah, review, measure, feedback, putting back the learnings back in the system is part of the entire process. We do hire only 20% based on this. So I'll focus on what is it that you need to work on, these kind of skills and these kind of skills. Some of it I think he mentioned, empathy and humility. Indeed, that is very, very deficient these days. People come across as extremely entitled and absolutely not self-aware. So the continuous self-awareness, building in your own understanding of what you are lacking, that part has to be somewhere integrated in the academic courses. I know it's a tough thing, easier said than done. All the EQ, IQ things are very, very difficult, but that's important. You're going to be measured on your learnability, your self-awareness, your ability to change based on the gaps that you bring to the table. Problem solving skills, conflict handling, negotiation skills, all of these things which are above just the core technical or functional skills are going to be really, really critical. And by the way, these are things which are an everyday learning process. Please do not wait for a book or a course or an online program to teach you these things. These are small things that you can learn every single day. You know, upskilling. Upskilling is like going to the gym and trying to lose weight. You can go and jump for 4 hours on a treadmill, nothing will happen. You have to be at it every single day. Every single day is a day of learning and not just a textbook learning. Upskilling takes years and years and years because it's trying to get a little better each single day, and there's only a delta change that can happen. Trust me, the change here and here is only delta change. You cannot expect big bang changes. So as a student, it's easier for you because there's no stored data or no stored experiences. So you don't have to unlearn and relearn. You only need to learn and relearn. So does that help?
Ananya Shah, and previously I was a software engineer. I worked for Amazon as a software developer in the AI process, driverless car. So ma'am, I'm want to go to the real estate sector. So my question is to you. So how can AI help me to sell the product? As a marketing student, I want to sell my product. So how AI can help me to sell my products?
That's a good question. So understand this, your product will be bought by somebody who's not a tech person, who's a layman. So probably you will have to explain to that person using technological terms and show that person how his life, his or her life becomes simpler. And you will be the right person to do it because you know technology and you have your marketing skills. Combine the two and voila, you can do it.